Welcome everybody to game number 2. We're going to be in a very interesting game because of last game. But first we're going to be spawning right on top of Zerg, who's also known as IM.Horror. Very strong player. He's going to be going up against Miso, who is Nex.Miso, another Korean professional. He in the last game went for a very odd build. 1 reactor barracks, 2 naked barracks, marines, SCVs, almost all SCVs being pulled, getting completely surrounded by Horror. It was a very strong push, but Horror got all of his links around the Marines. The SCVs were not able to really tank the damage from those links effectively. There were just a ton of them out, and everything was engaged on creep. Horror was able to see the push coming with an Overlord that just watched a train of SCVs follow. He had a link inside the base of Miso that just seeing the fact there was only 2 units mining at that point in time. So Horror had all the time in the world to just get tons and tons of links, get the nice positioning, and he was able to wreck the push by Miso. So let's see what Miso's going to be doing in this game, as he's going to probably play a little bit more standard, a little bit more safely, because he's now really in a bad position. He is down 1 game in a best of 3. Horror only needs 1 more game to win the series, and he could basically view this game as a free game. He can go ahead, try and cheese, do something weird. See, right now he's sending out an incredibly fast drone cross map. He has some kind of build planned if we have cross positions for these 2 players. Looks like he will be throwing down his hatchery first. But the fact that he got in, he's now confirmed the spawning position. Wait, what? Did he not go? Oh, he might have not. Oh my god, he might not assume that this is where the opponent is. We see a command center first coming out of Miso, and this drone is now. Oh my god, he's gonna go bottom left. He doesn't. I can't believe he didn't go another pixel forward. He missed the command center. Oh, he missed the command center. So now Miso is going to try and move forward, but right now Horror is moving forward. He's got a spawning pool down. No gas at all quite yet. He's definitely going to take advantage of the largeness of Tal'Darim altar and try and get more eco, more drones out. But oh yeah, oh god, he's going to be shaking his head when he finally gets over to this base and sees the lack of a Terran player, and he's going to be so annoyed that he missed the scout on this command center first. He could get such a fast third in the face of this command center, and he's got to be so upset right now. Will he actually go back cross map? This drone is just sitting here at this watchtower, but he's not seeing anything. He's not going to risk this Overlord. Maybe just try and sacrifice it later. But look at this. I can't believe he didn't go that 1 pixel to get the full scout. But we have the extractor going down. We got the queens coming out of the bases. Miso does have his first barracks out, second barracks out as well, getting out those marines. But now we should be seeing Horror going straight up to this base. He's or maybe even down here. He didn't go very far for either of those. But he's got to be so annoyed. Links are out. The drone should be returning back and everything. But I can't believe he didn't get that scout on. Now this SCV is moving forward. Very late scouts from both players, but not the fault of Horror. Well, I guess the fault of Horror, but not the fault of Miso. He went for command center first. He wants that strong economy. But now we do see the Roach Warrens being thrown down. So Zerg, or Horror, seems to be a little bit metagaming in the fact that he probably wants to defend against Hellions, because that's the most popular build by Terran ever in TVZ right now is that reactor to Hellion expansion. And by getting those early roaches, you can actually sort of skip that first spine crawler and use those roaches to defend against the Hellions, just by having a nice little bit of a spread. Plus, you can move them forward, you can spread your creep farther by getting your roaches there to take the hits from those canceled. Oh, okay, he's going to spread a little farther. You can get those roaches to take the hits from the Hellions, tank them, push them back, and prevent your creep tumors from being sniped. But Miso has his orbital command done. There it is. He can easily start producing SCVs, which he will be doing exactly that. No transfer of SCVs quite yet. He's got his factory. He's got both his gases going down. Could easily get a reactor if he wanted to on that racks. He's got one coming down back here. Kind of. He's going to switch that onto the factory. Should have been over here, but looks like it might just be straight for marine production, considering the time difference between the factory and the reactor. But Horror has still not scouted anything, really. I think he's now realized it is cross map. He should be pushing forward with his roaches moving in. Might be able to snipe an SCV or two, but there are a couple Marines here, more than enough to really be able to defend those roaches. A few Lings will want to help as well. Maybe run in and get a scout, but this is a very fast command center. I wonder if Horror's going to realize that. You're going to see him going directly bypassing that bunker, sniping off one SCV. Will he get another one? Looks like he should get at least one more. The mules look like they're going to be targeted down, so goodbye to those mules. That one will also fall. We should be sniping of those SCVs. There we go. 3 roaches are very clearly one-shotting these SCVs pretty handily, and now we're going to watch as the Marines should be able to clean that up without too much difficulty. Lings are now on the field, ready to go ahead and get that scout on. Spine Crawler is going to be moving forward, get that better position against those Hellions, and a nice hatchery placement will be enough to funnel those Hellions, make sure they can't really get in around this corner to deal with this, as if this Spine Crawler was alone there, then those Hellions could easily run by and get a nice bit of flame death onto that group of drones. So, we see all those extractors being taken. The hatchery just started being turned into a lair. Should be seeing Mutatech fairly soon, as that is what this kind of gas style really shows, is you want to get that gas count very, very high before the Spire can finish, so you can easily get a ton of mutas at once. Very, very standard thing to do by Zerg. Very good thing to do. We can actually see that Miso's a little bit supply blocked right now, going to be getting those other supply depots walling off the front, making sure that he's as vulnerable, or not as vulnerable as he could really be. But a lot of Hellions are actually being stockpiled over here and being hidden. As of right now, Horror really has no idea that those Hellions are there. He's just seen the initial Marines, the bunker, and the defensive positioning by Miso, and doesn't really realize that that's what's coming out. However, the fact that Horror does have the Roach Warren and everything should help him a lot if he sees those that those Hellions are moving across the map. Right now we've got these Marines just moving forward, going to try and take down the watchtowers, which is actually a very good thing to do. These Lings are not going to be able to hold that for very long, and now we see those Hellions moving forward in the path that is not seen by Horror, but so many Hellions. 12 Hellions. Are they actually in range of the vision? Yes, now Horror is going to see all of those Hellions, and he's going to be scared right now. He's going to need to throw down probably more Spine Crawlers and everything. Get this wall going. We see him lifting off this spine. He's moving it forward, but those Hellions are now at the front door. This Spine Crawler is not he's not burrowed at all yet. Hellions going to move forward before we can finish quite yet. There we go. But there are so many you can just run right by. Lings, Banelings, all of them are morphing. Those Hellions are going to move forward. A lot of flame happening. They're going to be doing so much damage. Oh my god. These Banelings are going to be key. If they can explode, they do extra damage against those Hellions, but look at the drones. They are just going down in the numbers. But the Hellions are getting taken out by just straight Lings. But look at the damage that has been done. 14 drones have been killed. Nice bit of damage by those Hellions, but was it really worth it? Horror is still ahead in the food count. You can see him getting 10 more drones. He's still ahead in the drones. Miso's getting out his medevac. He's getting out his double siege tanks. We're going to get his Marines. He got stim pack almost done. Combat shield on the way afterwards. And we have no mutas out quite yet. We should be getting at least 5 or 6 by the time the Spire finishes. Did just finish, and there are the 5 on the way. We have a nice push of roaches, Banelings, and everything moving across the map. There's no siege tanks quite yet. There are 2 siege tanks, but no siege mode. So those Banelings are going to have a hard time getting focused down. The centrifugal hooks is about to complete as well. We can see a nice little bit of a bust happening with stim on those Marines. There we have the Banelings moving. Nice explosions on those Banelings. They're going to move forward. They get targeted down. This one will not connect, but still those 4 roaches are going to be nice little bit of damage against these Marines, but more than enough are here to clean this up. Horror doing a little bit of damage, but not that much. This one roach, last roach, does die. We have 3 mutas. That's not very many mutas, but still notice that Miso has no turrets up. He doesn't have an engineering bay either. I don't see an engineering bay. What? There's no engineering bay at all. Why does the Terran not have an engineering bay? He's going to be getting a 3rd command center, maybe. There's the 3rd command center. But now we have the mutas going to push forward. We got Stim Marines going to go ahead and move forward. They do have medevacs on the field, though, so it's not that bad that he's stimmed. But right now, Horror needs to get out those mutas in higher numbers. He only has these 5 out in the field. He's getting 2 more. He's actually getting the +1 attack as well. He wants to do the damage as fast as possible. Notice he also is taking his 3rd base with a lot of drones running around. We have a few more mutas that are not quite in this group quite yet, but still 9 is a lot better than at 5. There's a lot of siege tanks, though. Definitely going to be expecting those to be sieging up down here to deal damage. I'm surprised that Horror doesn't have some kind of spawn clogs or something down here. It's a great way to delay that positioning. Still, siege tanks are very, very powerful, but those mutas are running around doing little bits of damage. But they're actually going to run right by some marines and take a little bit of damage. They will be able to survive, though. Alright, so now the siege tanks are here ready and in play. They're just waiting to get the next position. We do have a lot of Banes morphing. We can really see that Horror is not emphasizing the mutas as much as some people are. 13 are out, another one's on the way, but here we have a lot of death to creep tumors. This queen is very vulnerable, 100 energy too. Be an unfortunate loss. We have all these mutas ready to push in. We have medevac for vision on this high ground. We're going to see a huge push in, streaming of all lings, mutas, and everything in the stream, do a lot of damage, but the thing is those marines are still alive, still 4 tanks as well, and this is going to be a rough position for Horror right now. He did manage to keep a lot of his moves alive, but he lost a lot of links, didn't decrease the marine count or the tank count very significantly, and now Miso has an incredibly strong position right now. Queens are here, he's still mining. You can see Horror pushing back and losing all those drones. That's an unfortunate blow. Still 54 drones are in the field, not bad at all considering, but now we have all these music moving. We're going to try and get some nice pickoffs. Looks like they will. They will be able to do that successfully, but it's got to be a little bit of a worry. You think a lot. Oh no! Don't tell me I got hiccups. That would suck so much. I hate having hiccups when I cast. We have some vulnerable siege tanks. One gets picked off. Nice pick off. Forces a stem. This medevac is both medevacs are very low on energy. But now we have the links going down. We're going to try and surround, get a nice shot. We have marines still here on the bottom. Moving forward, medevac gets picked off. Those are very, very vulnerable siege tanks right now. But still, marines are in nice numbers, but very low health. They're enough though to whittle down the unit count without too much difficulty. But still, marines are here on the high ground, taking down that expansion. But now we have the mutas so low health. But we're going to take down the tanks, and that is a very big deal. 3 marines actually do a lot of damage against those mutas because they're just so powerful, and they even have the +1 attack right now. Goodbye to the natural expansion, but this Baneliness is going to fall. That's actually a big deal. You need those Banelings to deal with those mutas, and there we go, he gets taken out, and the few Banes that are left are going to be used in that. But look at this one medevac. More units are streaming, and Miso's keeping up this pressure. Horror's back to 2 bases only instead of 3 bases. He's down in the worker count, and look at the main map, just streaming units down here. We continue to be aggressive. Only 4 mutas are left. We're going to see death to a few of those medevacs, marines, and everything, but now more marines are coming here. That should be enough to push back Horror. He cannot afford to lose his mutas. There we have Stim on a few more marines. That's enough to really push you guys back. Look at how vulnerable those mutas are on their health. We have Horror re-expanding here to that natural expansion, but there's no Baneliness. He knows that he cannot morph a Baneling. Down here in the bottom right, you can easily see that, and that is a very frustrating position for Horror to be in, to have that loss. Still, Miso has got missile turrets now coming along the way, because he's actually getting his +2 armor. He's getting his +1 vehicle armor as well, or vehicle weapons as well. The orbital command is here at that 3rd. We do see another base being taken by Zerg in that middle right, which is pretty fine. But no, he's going to lose a muta, maybe? No, actually, a ling ends up sacrificing itself to save the muta life. It's definitely worth it to lose a ling instead of a muta. Still, this base on the right is going to be functional fairly soon. Look at the income. We can see that it's definitely in favor of the muling Terran. The 3 mules are there at that expansion. Very nice boon to that economy. But will we see the medevac get taken out? Nice. We're going to see does not get taken out. Pulled away. Stim and a couple marines. Very nice job. Good army control over there. 1 mutant may go down. This guy's so hurt. 13 health left. 14 health left. But goodbye to the crew tumors. That's an unfortunate blow. More. Oh god, look at that. It's actually completely disjointed here. That's how many crew tumors have actually been killed so far. But it looks like Miso's going to push forward, look for that right base, see it, and take it out. There go the 1 scouting marine. We'll see that. That could easily fall. We see him pushing forward. Nice surround on these links on that left part of the army. Mutas are still in play. They're going to clean up those couple marines and then pull back. But still, actually, Miso may just ignore this middle right base. He's just going to leave this 1 marine to take it down. He's actually making some nice headway on that. He's going to be pushing forward, dealing damage to this base on the right. There we go. A lot of marines. Stim here, they're spreading and everything, but there's no Baneling nest. Oh wait, the Banelings get rebuilt. We have Banelings on the way still, but oh no, look at all these mutas just evaporating. They have the +1 attack. Miso's got that +1 weapons, and there we see the Banelings pulling away. All of these drones are being forced to pull back, and so many drones at that. This 1 base on the right is no longer being having that Marines still there attacking, but now we can see his army's putting back. Oh, we can actually see the death of a siege tank. No, stimming all the Marines will be enough to save that tank. We have these rocks being taken out by Miso, going to work on taking out the next base. Still, we can see him doing a nice bit of damage to Horror, taking down this mid-right base. We're going to see Mutas once again coming in, trying to do some explosions and death dealing to the Marines, but that's not going well. We have 7 Mutas that are left, and goodbye to the expansion. We're going to see that the Law get taken out without really any difficulty whatsoever. You can see that Miso's been doing a lot of minerals. Look at this. He's got 900 minerals left in this one patch, and he's mined out a few of those patches. It's muling very unevenly. You can see him spreading a nice bit of SCVs to that base, doing good damage. We have a siege tanks on the low ground. That is an unfortunate position for the end there. Yeah, just GG gets called by Horror. We're going to a deciding game number 3, and we're seeing if we can take this series and move on to the semifinals.